So welcome back to another episode of Time Out with the Sports Doctor podcast. And we have another special edition for you. We have another new location for you. I'm coming live to you from Nairobi, Kenya. We are at the Villa Rosa Kapinski Hotel. This is quickly rising in the ranks. I would say this is probably the top three nicest hotels I've been in, but we are in Nairobi, Kenya. And I'm going to talk this episode about why I'm in Kenya, as well as some of the work that we will be doing while we're here. So this time last year, I had the good fortune of coming to you from the Eiffel Tower, and this year we're in Nairobi, Kenya. So that's a blessing, definitely a blessing for sure. We are approaching our 5th year anniversary. The next episode will be our anniversary episode for 5 years of this podcast. And who would have thought? We started off in a dark basement in Petal, Mississippi. And now I've been able to bring you podcast episodes from several different continents. So this is really a blessing and really just evidence of what can happen once you get started. So I want to talk to you today about family travel. I want you to go to our Instagram page, Scrubs to Sky Miles. We have officially launched our family blog for travel. This is something that we talked about for a couple of years, and it was long overdue, and it is finally out. And this is not to just show us traveling. This is more to talk about the philosophy behind our family travel. And we're very intentional, especially as two physician household, two doctors. My wife's a pediatric dentist, as you know. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. So we have to be very intentional with our time. But we always put our family at the top of our priority list, especially just from our day-to-day interactions, as well as our travel. So we want our children, we live in a small town, we live in raised our children in multiple small towns. So many times when you have that lifestyle, kids can almost be in a bubble. So we look at travel as a way of expanding our children's horizons, especially on a global scale. So when I was young, I remember my family always prioritized making special time for the family. Now, of course, it was not on this grand scale, but we used to do it. It was not on this grand scale, but we did a lot of camping and a lot of road trips. And I really can recall a lot of those memories from the road trips, even being 7, 8, 9 years old. I can vividly recall the first time we traveled to California, a full cross-country road trip. I can tell you about parts of that vacation very vividly. So I know that these are memorable times that we're having with our children now, 15, almost 13, and 11. So the window of being able to travel as a family is closing. And about 5 years ago, we really made a priority to say, enough for the lavish birthday parties. We want to start making memories through travel. So far, we've been able to take our children to the Caribbean, to the Bahamas, to Jamaica and the Caribbean, as well as last year, we went to Europe for a trip to France and London. And here we are as a family this year in Kenya. So a large part of what we're doing on this trip is working with Ethlyn's Hope. So we will put that information in the show note, and I will actually be highlighting that charity foundation more as we move forward, because Ethlyn's Hope is a orphanage here in Kisumu, Kenya. The orphanage now has been open for approximately 13 years. I actually met Ethlyn doing some mission work while I was a resident in Jamaica. And almost 20 years now, we're able to bring our family to work at her orphanage here in Kenya. So she houses a little bit over 20 children, male and female, and they live there full time. But this mission is also to serve the community through medical missions, through dental work, also working some with the medical school. So stay tuned. I'll definitely be highlighting the work that we're doing this week, and I'm really happy to share it with you. But right now we're vacationing. Before we go, we will be traveling out to Kisumu in another day or so, and we'll be starting our mission work then. So this has been a blessing. We're in Nairobi. Little facts about Nairobi. It is the capital of Kenya, almost 5 million people in the city, so large city. It is the only capital in the world, actually, that has Nairobi National Park right in the middle of the city. We were able to do that yesterday on the safari. It's also known, one of the nicknames is the safari capital of the world. So really blessed to be able to do that. Today we'll be touring the National Museum of Kenya. We were able to also go to the elephant sanctuary, and we'll be going to the giraffe sanctuary as well today. So these are all things that you can see on Scrubs to Skylines. That's the name of the new family blog. It's on Instagram. So please go follow and stay tuned for upcoming information. But I just really wanted to share my philosophy on travel. You'll also hear from my wife, you'll hear from my children. That's why we feel that travel is important as a family. This is not to highlight and show off and say, hey, look what we are. This is more to share our perspective as a two-doctor household with three busy children and still making a priority to be able to see the world together, being able to experience life outside of our normal American culture, being able to appreciate the cultures in other parts of the world. Because I feel like the more I travel, the smaller the world feels and the more common qualities I feel that all humans have, no matter your race, your gender, your sexuality. I feel that we are more alike than we are different. So stay tuned. I'm glad that I was able to connect with you while being on the other side of the world. I hope everyone will be able to have some time this summer, especially if you have young children that are out of school, to spend some meaningful time in making memories with them. So be blessed and stay tuned. Derrick, why do you feel that traveling international is important?
It feels important to me because I get to learn different things about different people, like different cultures, and I can experience things a lot of people my age and a lot of people in this world will never have to experience. I can go to other people's homes and like be in the footsteps of other people, and I don't have to just rely on the things people tell me because I can actually experience them.
So where all have you traveled so far?
I've traveled to Paris, London, the Bahamas, Hawaii, Jamaica, Africa, and Paris.
All right, and how old are you?
11.
So when you study things in school and you hear about these countries, what's the difference when you actually get to go there?
A lot of this stuff is really, it has nothing to do with the city. It's just when you go to Paris, all you're gonna hear about is Eiffel Tower in school. No one's gonna tell you about what it's actually really like to live there, unless it's someone who actually lived there. They're just gonna go yeah, the Eiffel Tower, blah blah this, the Louvre, the Mona Lisa.
So what about when you study about Africa in school? How does it differ from what you heard about?
All I've heard about Africa in school is about the droughts, the food, the water quality. There's rarely anything good to say about Africa. That's how it is about most places. There's no reason for them to point out the good, really. All they point about is all the bad in the city.
So what has your experience in Kenya been like?
It's been pretty good. The food's been good. My hotel's been luxurious. And, it's not as bad as people said it would. The only thing that's really been true is that we've had to use bottled water most of the time.
All right, and now you're about to go on your first mission trip. What does that mean to you, being able to work with Ethlyn's Hope? I know you were studying it a little bit earlier.
It's not the most exciting thing because, it's not something you would look forward to, but it's something to where I can help other kids my age that don't have what I have. They can't go to all these different places. They can't stay at the nice hotels. They can't eat food. They can't eat meat every day. They don't have clean water to drink. They have to pee in a hole. They just don't get to experience the life I get to live, and I can help them.
All right, so I'm looking forward to it because I think at the end of the week, when I ask you that question, I think it'll be a different response. But thank you for your interview, sir.
Traveling internationally.
I think it's so important because whenever you're in the U.S. and your teachers or your friends tell you about all the false narratives about other third world countries it's good to know it for yourself and to be able to experience it.
Why do you feel traveling as a family is important?
It's important because for the exposure, getting to know that everybody's not that much different, and getting to experience life outside of your normal life.
So now that you're the oldest, you're 15 years old, so you'll be leaving home in about 3 years or so. So why do you feel like it's important to travel now instead of waiting until later?
I think it's important now because just to have exposure and be able to tell people like the truth about how beautiful like these countries are and that they're not as bad as everybody makes them seem.
What about from a family standpoint? Being able to spend time with your brother, sister, and parents now, instead of after you go to college and you'll be super busy, you go to school and maybe playing sports or whatever you're doing.
I think it's important to do it with the family now because we get to spend time with each other because our normal week is very busy and we're all playing sports, and whenever we travel, we all get to know each other better and spend time with each other.
So what have you enjoyed about being here in Kenya?
I have enjoyed seeing all the animals and how people live their lives and like the food.
How does traveling make you feel versus being at home?
Traveling makes me like feel good kind of, but sometimes I just wish I was home and was with my friends. But traveling like gives me opportunities to just explore and not stay at home all day. I feel like it's important to travel internationally because it helps you to understand different like cultures and how different people are from you, so you like not by the same people all the time.
So do you feel like what you read in books always reflects what you see when you go to the country?
No, not. I don't think so.
So talk about that.
Books like tell you a specific thing that might not always be true to how they actually do it there, and it's just different because you'll never actually know how different something is from what other people say.
And why do you feel like it's important to be able to travel with your family?
I feel like it's important to travel as a family because it helps you bond and connect more.
What do you think is most important about traveling the world, and what do you think you've learned the most about it?
So what's important to me is that I like to experience things other than my normal. I want to experience other cultures, other foods, other languages, just a different way of life. The world is so much bigger than where we live. And so I get to travel the world just to broaden my horizon and kind of see how everyone else lives and enjoy the other cultures.
What do you think is so important about taking your whole family and not just your husband on vacation with you?
So it's super important for me, especially to take you guys, because one of the reasons that I sacrifice and I work as hard as I do is because I want to give you guys a better life. I wanted you to get the opportunity to realize that Mississippi is not all there is to the world. Number one. And number two, that people are more alike than they are different. We always focus on our differences, but traveling around the world, you just notice how much the different cultures are alike. I want you to experience new things. I want you to have an open, broad mindset of the world. And so that's why it's important for us, one, to spend quality time with you guys, but to make you worldly and understand how the world operates and feel comfortable and have an open mind for other cultures.
What inspires you to do your missions?
I think I'm most inspired to do missions probably from my mom. Growing up as a kid, seeing her work in soup kitchens, seeing her heart to give back, that instilled something to me to want to use the gifts and talents that God gave me to help others. And I want to share that gift with you guys. I want how my mom taught me to give back. I want you guys to participate in the missions with me to know how to serve others. Like God put us on this earth to serve. And so this is one of the ways that we can serve others.
Thank you for continuing to support this podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, then please leave a 5-star review. And if you haven't done so, subscribe so you continue to get the updated episodes. Until later, peace.
Hey, time out with the sports doctor. Keep our head right in the game. We ain't never stopping. You are now tuned in. Trust you don't want to miss. This is where life, sports, and medicine